Hello gamers and welcome to Let's Play a very early build of Black Geyser, Couriers of Darkness. It's an isometric RPG inspired by the classic games from the 90s like Baldur's Gate and Icewind Dale. It's developed by a small indie team called GrapeOcean Technologies. They are based in Budapest in Hungary and in Vienna in Austria. And they're huge fans of this type of game. The game has been in development for some time. It's been crowdfunded on Kickstarter, and the early access version releases today, because you will see this video on the 26th. So today the early access starts. I think it's 20 euros, not quite sure. And I'm going to play a special preview build for the press. And yeah, there are some differences. For example, the press build or influencer build includes one chapter, and the early access version already includes 2 chapters. There will be more than 2 chapters, and the game will be released, I think, early 2022, if I recall it correctly, as in a full version. And another difference is there are slightly less side quests in the preview build, so it's a bit more streamlined. And another difference is that some bugs that we might encounter have already been fixed for the early access version that you can get into on Steam, for example. Yeah, I did not play it yet. I learned about the game and, well, not about the game, but the release on Wolfhard FPS, a very good YouTube channel focusing on RPGs. It's very good, so check it out. Yeah, here you can see you've got some settings here. I adjusted the audio a little bit, some more volume for the music, because I think it's cool. And I went for pause like at everywhere. Okay, now there are some pretty cool sounding mechanics in this game, like a greed mechanic. So basically by stealing, you feed the dark gods and the game becomes more chaotic. The merchants will demand higher prices and so on. I'm not sure if this has already been fully implemented in this version. And they use their own system, so it's not D&D or something like that. But it's kind of like derived from it or similar, but there are differences that we will find out. So let's go for new game. You can choose a character below and customize it, or create one from scratch. So there's a dwarf highlander, Golgarim, there's a Lorien, an elf ranger, Karesh, a Feldegurk, winter mage, and they are kind of like a bit like the drow. Simon, a human fighter, Valeri, a human necromancer. Then we've got Thomas, a human swindler, Ursula, a human templar, and Ruaya, a Rillo shaman. Let's create one from scratch. Let's check it out. But it's good that I've kind of pre-built some, so you can jump right into the action if you want to. Okay, now the clicking noise was me taking a screenshot. Need to deactivate that again. So let's go for race and sex. So it's like they've developed the entire storyline and everything, I think. So human, dwarf, let's just take a quick look. Elf, it's like a wood elf sort of type. The Feldegurk, or the Rillo. Look at that. Can turn that, pretty cool. Travelers, traders and alchemists from the Eastern Empires. I think we'll go for the Feldegurk, because I like snow. The Feldegurk were once elven tribes who lived close to the north. The demigod Dagalmir grew jealous over the love the elves showed for Tilindia, and imprisoned a number of elven tribes in the snowy, cold north. He would forge his own race and command them as he saw fit. But the elves were first a creation of the God King and the Green Goddess, and as they changed to survive in the north, they also realized the strength they would need to be free. Dagalmir eventually realized his mistake and allowed his creations to rule themselves and commanded them to form 6 tribes. Drawing from the strength granted by their cold imprisonment and their god and goddess, they rebelled against their demigod. Feldegurk are similar to elves but much paler. They are resistant to hard environment who most would consider unlivable. They are rarely seen outside of their snowy northern homelands, and most other races are very distrustful of them. Maybe not the ideal leader, but somehow really cool. This is like our standard elf, but in Solasta I play like with 2 elves and 2 dwarves. So I'm inclined to not take an elf or a dwarf, a normal elf. Humans were once a united tribe that roamed Jeringal for generations. The dark goddess of greed, Zornilza, infected their hearts slowly with greed, avarice and jealousy. The single tribe of men became many as they turned on one another. They warred for resources and land, forgetting their roots. Their bonds were broken and their old alliances splintered. Humans come in many different shapes and colors and can be found all over Jeringal. They are natural farmers, working the land as an artist works clay. Human versatility means that they can fill virtually any role. So I'm actually going to play through this entire preview build for the press, which might take 3 to 8 hours, and I will aim for like about 25-ish minutes to 30 for each episode. So let's go for the Feldegurk. Our class. What does add more mean? Oh, I see. Add more. Aha, I can multi-class. You can choose up to 2 additional classes for your character. While a high amount of experience is needed for advancing, the character gains a wider range of skills and abilities, recommended for advanced players. So we've got Cleric, a Priest of Faith, serve their gods, they wield magical powers that can help the team or hurt their foes. First and foremost, service to their gods, and they harness that faith for the good of their religion. That looks actually pretty cool. Now, then we've got the Convoker. What is that? The Convoker eschews most other magical pursuits in favor of the summoning capabilities of each spell class. Convokers are versatile masters of adaptation. Instead of focusing on the icy grasp of a winter mage or the dark energies of a necromancer, Convokers call upon a wide range of creatures to suit any needed task. But don't mistake their versatility as pacifism. The summoning abilities they bring to bear can rain destruction on their enemies through claw, flame or steel. Not bad. Then we've got the Druid. Yeah, they are from the wild and stuff. They can call upon the powers of their deity to heal or bring the terrible and powerful forces of nature to call. So like a mixture of a healer and a summoner, basically, I think. But I'm not going for that because we don't come from the forest, we come from the cold north. Then there's the Fighter. They are always useful, proficient with all weapons and armor, making them a deadly and well-prepared combatant. Highlander. They're hardy and strong warriors. Their profession originating in the harsh north, forged strong warriors. That's pretty cool. Then we've got a Ranger. It's like the bow guys, basically. Rangers are skilled in the use of any weapon but excel with the bow. They also abhor the unnatural and are trained to take down the undead and other aberrant creatures, creations of man. Pretty cool. The Spellweaver. They are the most common form of wizards in Jeringal. They are as varied as the world itself. Some spellweavers focus on a single school of magic, while others seek to explore each magical discipline as equals. No 2 spellweavers are the same. No martial training. Then we've got the Swindler. Swindlers are master conmen. They focus less on outright burglary and more on manipulating the weak or greedy. Unlike thieves, swindlers hide in plain sight. Because of this, they are better in open combat while their plans and machinations unfold in the shadows. And you can apparently, I read that in an interview with one of the developers, or I think even the founder of the studio, that you can kind of like place poison and stuff on enemies and then, you know, hurt them, a bit like with grenades in Fallout. Then we've got the thief. In a world infested with greed, the thief has become much more common. Their skill set is diverse and they can function as common footpads or royal spies. They prefer subterfuge and misdirection to open conflict. Their ability to steal or plant items, or they can plant items actually. It's not the swindler who plants items, it's the thief. And we can actually take a look at the stats here. That's interesting. Can only wear light armor, bows, arrows, slings. Yeah, I think there are like 9 weapon proficiencies. +2 dexterity to racial base, focus to racial base. Can we see, let's actually go to previous. Can we see our stats here as well? Yes, we can. We cannot be a necromancer, we cannot be a shaman, and we cannot be a templar. We gain intelligence, we lose charisma, we lose fatigue, and we gain maximum supernatural. Interesting, okay. So we are Winter Mage. Can only wear robes, can wield the following weapons. +3 focus to racial base, +2 intelligence, +3 to starting brewing and drying. Brewing is basically potions and drying is powder. +4 to starting learning and research. That ain't too bad. There are wizards called Winter Mages who seek the mastery of the harsh magics of the cold north. They have an extremely high resistance to cold and can withstand temperatures that would kill mortal men. Because of this, they are uncomfortable in warmer climates, but some Winter Mages still travel to further their knowledge. Winter Mages need less sleep than other mortals using a technique they developed known as cold sleep. Powerful Winter Mages can use their knowledge and magical skills to craft ice golems, which can serve as mighty guardians. That is pretty cool. Now the question is, should we add something else? For example, the Swindler, Master Conman, bows and arrows, small blades, and we'd gain intelligence here possibly as well. I don't know how that's being distributed using more stuff, or should we go for like a Highlander, or should we just specialize? A higher amount of experience is needed for advancing. The character gains access to a wider range, so I actually think it would slow us down, but we could still do more stuff. Any weapon, we could wield any weapon with that, but the question is, do I want that, or do I maybe want the Swindler? I think the Swindler is kind of interesting because it's a bit unique. Master Conman, they focus less on outright burglary and more on manipulating the weak or greedy. And we hide in plain sight. So we could be like a Winter Mage who also manipulates everyone else. And we are kind of the leader of the group, so let's actually do that. Okay, we've got 14 points to distribute. Now let's take a look at that. For example, now we've got 6 intelligence. If I were to remove that, we'd still have 6 intelligence. But we've got 20 points to distribute. Interesting. So if I add the Swindler, we gain 1 dexterity, 1 focus, and okay, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6. 4, 5, 6, 7, 6. And if we now do it, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6. Okay, we lose it's like 1 point here and 1 point here. Well, 6. So we lose 2 charisma and 1 here. So that's the 3 points we lose. So I actually think that we can add the Swindler. And if you just progress a bit slower, it should be okay. And you gain experience by fighting, but also through gameplay, I read. So physique displays the character's overall physical build and state. A character's value in physique modifies their damage dealt with physical attacks, their maximum health value, their ability to evade incoming attacks through blocking, and their carrying capacity. So I think I'd like to increase that a little bit. Dexterity displays a character's agility. A character's value in dexterity modifies their aim and accuracy value and their chance to evade attacks. Is that required for spells? Do they need to be accurate? Intelligence displays a character's ability to think, plan, and use logic in different situations. A character's value in intelligence modifies their efficiency with various spells and skills that depend on one's mental abilities to be performed. So we definitely need lots of intelligence. What's the maximum we can go for? 15. Is that everywhere 15? Okay, we can try it out here. Yeah, let's try it out like this. Oh, it's 14 here actually. So let's go for maximum intelligence. Focus. Displays a character's overall mental strength and resilience. A character's value in focus modifies the aim and accuracy value, the ability to evade incoming attacks through dodging and blocking, and the efficiency with spells. Okay, that's for spells. So we definitely need good focus values. And charisma displays a character's natural aptitude to compel, attract, and influence others. Charisma modifies a character's bargain and persuasion skill and various class skills. And then we've got supernatural. It displays a feature of characters that elevates them above ordinary creatures. The value of supernatural increases a character's resistance value against various forms of damage and enables further special abilities. Oh yeah, here we can go for resistances. We've got some resistances already. Let's go for some charisma. Yeah, I mean, it's just to try out the game. It's not like a min-max build now. But what shall I do nevertheless? I think dodging can be really helpful. So let's get one more charisma, I think. Because we are a swindler after all. Or let's actually go for 10. I think that should be okay. Okay, obviously Baldur is possibly not the best swindler, but I think it's kind of cool. We've got 1 point to distribute here. Bargain and persuasion. Learning. Offers the ability to read various text scrolls and recipes. Scrolls can then be cast or recorded into spellbooks, while recipes can be learned. Affected by intelligence, focus, and modifiers. I think we will focus a bit more on learning and research. Class specific. Hide and sneak. That's from the swindler, I think. Magical perception. Offers the ability to actively sense and disable hidden traps in the world. That could be interesting, but what's arcane studies? Enhanced aptitude for elevated energy level spells, both increasing available casting slots for such spells as well as decreasing the time needed to rest between casting them. But do I have elevated energy level spells? I don't know. Steal and plant item, pretty cool. I think I will go for magical perception. I don't really want hide and sneak, but I think it comes from, you know, the swindler stuff. Now, which weapon are we going to use? I think we are going to use staves in the beginning and stay away from the enemies. I don't know if we've got like two weapon sets we can toggle between. Then I'd go for bow and arrow for the second, or maybe a throwing weapon, I don't know. But so let's focus on rods and staves first. Here we can go for our initial spells. Conjure the very elemental essence of cold, then throw it at someone you don't like. Cold damage. Or stonewall for defensive purposes. We'll definitely go for snow. So this is the summary of our hero. He's super weak. I'm actually not sure if that's a good build, but we shall see. Arousal effects. Cold. We're only a bit resistant against cold. Appearance. Skin color can stay like that. I think it looks awesome, also with the white hair color. The major color should be white. And the minor color, let's go maybe for some sort of black. And what is this color actually? I want different eyes, maybe blue. I don't know why this is white and I can't change it really. Can I? Or is it this one? Oh, I can, but this green stays the same. So what about going for white? No, it's... Where does the green come from? Possibly from my class, kind of. What about black? And then let's make this one white. Or this kind of silverish, grayish. Let's go for the white. Hair color stays like this. Hairstyle. Okay, this doesn't really fit with the outfit, but I don't want the bun. That's a bit too hipster. This is pretty cool. Side fringe, no. Can I zoom in here? No. Lumberjack. That would be good for like a Highlander or something. Oh, this is actually pretty cool. Okay, I'll go for the bald fade. Facial hairstyle. We definitely need a beard, but what type of beard? No, not the goatee. It's a bit difficult with the textures overlapping. This is also pretty cool. Clean shaven? No, 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 no. I think this one fits quite nicely. Now let's change our looks here, because we don't look like that at all. We need something white. Something more like possibly him, or let's go for him. He looks like us a bit. Possibly you can also put your own stuff in there, like in Baldur's Gate. Let's go for Scholar, I think.
Yes. I'm not going to like this, am I?
And we're going to be called Vampiro. Or what do they actually suggest? Atli, Daniel, Ewald, Daniel, Bjarni. Cool names, but we go for Vampiro. Next. This is like the summary. So it's good. Let's finalize the character. Hopefully it's not a complete misbuild. Should have checked it out and compared it with the other dudes, but we're jumping right into the action now. Now why is this red?
Oh, why didn't I look here first? And more to the point, why must I come fetch you for every little thing?
Sorry, who are you supposed to be?
Har har, you are so very droll. Oh, you'd better hope Lord Espen is in as good a humor today. You do know this is the day the Lords of Isilbright are visiting. Oh, please, don't answer. The Lords are already here and waiting to be served. And for goodness sake, don't forget to gather your things from your chest before you come to table.
I see. Let's end the dialogue. If I had known that we have a different type of beard,
You can't be serious.
I would have gone maybe for the other beard. So with O, click operations button. Where's the operations button? Down here or O? Side quests. Journal. Okay, we can actually type our own entries. That's good. There's a compendium. Like Berlin. She has been part of my life on the Aspen estate for as long as I can remember. She was only a child herself when she arrived, not long before I did. I've always looked up to her, asked her help with every little thing, and buried my face in her skirts when I was sad or afraid. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool that there's so much information given here about the world and the characters. And here we can see our greed meter, the greed level in the world. It reminds me a bit of like Ash of Gods, a very good game that's a bit like the Banner Saga, where he has a chaos level or something like that as well. The cause of greed currently affects the world faintly. Okay. Oh, and what is actually the side quest again? Okay, it's actually not a quest. We just need to find our stuff. I can zoom out, good. I used the WASD to oh, can we talk to this gentleman? You shouldn't you be serving drinks for the lords already? Oh, so I'm a servant. Excuse me. It's a bit like Court Mage Illusion, like Candlekeep in Baldur's Gate. Can't the world let me be for a few minutes? Don't you have work to do? Yes, I actually do. Some cats. What I have to praise already is the soundtrack. So let's get in. Possibly we have like a chamber in there or something.
You can't be
Is there a map?
serious.
Yes, there is. Parlor, Master Suite, Library, My Room, Butlery, and the meeting room. And can I actually click that? No. Okay, I can click it. And now I already go there. That's pretty nice. I thought I can maybe place a marker or something. This is actually quite a nice room for a servant. This is our chest. Can I turn around for a screenshot? There we go. This is our crate. A scholar stick. Let's take all. It's good that there's a take all button. These graphics look a tiny little bit blurry. I think the reason might be that I play it with a high resolution and not 180p. But it still looks good. To equip an item on your character, you first have to open the inventory screen. It's good that they included like a tutorial here. Or press I. Let's press I. Okay, oh, there's the brewing stuff. There's the drying. And there's our doll, basically. I would like to equip the scholar stick. Why is there like this sign? I don't know. Can I equip it with a right click? No, but I can right click it and get additional information. The magic staff. +1 to focus and +5% to learning and research. A pulse and blow. Range 1.5 meters. Now what's the range of the dagger? It's 1.1 meters. And the morning star. 1.3 meters. And then we've got the throwing knives. 10 meters. Even though, as you... Yeah, it doesn't say meters, I just said it. So let's equip the staff. Can I double click to equip? No. I can't carry much at all. This would be my weapon slot here, I guess. No, that's my gloves. Oh, the weapons and shields are down here. And look at that, we actually do have 2 weapon slots indeed. So I'm going to put the dagger in the second weapon slot, the throwing thing, and a shield to protect ourselves. We don't have any potions or the likes. Now with the balanced knives, that's a throwing weapon. It's nice that it's comparing it automatically. Stabbing, slashing, pulse and blow. Range, it's comparing directly. This is pretty cool actually. My chance to hit, I don't know. We have Winter Mage / Swindler.
What a
Is
waste
there
of
anything in
time.
here? Yes. An infusion of berry juice. We can actually put that into the quick slot. What does it do? I right click it. It's a sweet juice with a surprisingly refreshing aftertaste, like Ribena maybe. Heals the user for 10 hit points over 5 turns. So let's put it into the... Okay, 1 click left. It's not drag and drop, it's click and then you can move it. Alright, sort by name, sort by value. Okay. Now then, we've got 2 spells at the ready, 2 snow spells. We're not going to steal anything right now, but I'm going to end this episode. And in the next episode, we will go to serve the table. I'm just going to take a quick peek in here. It doesn't warn me about the stealing, but I won't do it right now. Okay.
Yes.
Thanks a lot for watching. Until then, bye for now.